This is a story about numbers, specifically the energy of the number 9, the number 11, and that which is between them, 10. My personal story with these numbers began on June 6th, 2017, when I watched a spiritual hypnosis session on YouTube conducted by Alba Weinman. Alba is a certified clinical and transpersonal hypnotherapist, and I have garnered so many golden nuggets of information and validations from watching her hypnosis sessions over the years. In this particular session, entitled Going to School in the Afterlife, Alba was working with a client who was describing his experience in God's house after he had physically died in a prior incarnation. The client was expressing that as a spirit, he had gone into a classroom to learn about light, that light is energy and can create, and the meaning of numbers. It is important for me to read a small portion of the transcript from this hypnosis session so you can better understand the basis of my most recent experience with the light. And it is also important to state that under hypnosis, Alba's client was expressing his personal truth, and each one of her clients seemed to have very different and unique experiences when recalling an afterlife. If each of us is having a different life experience, then I would reason the same would be true for our afterlife experience. No two will be the same. So this client's visit to God's school in the afterlife is based on his beliefs and his perspective, and obviously subject to interpretation depending on your own beliefs and your own perspective. So I begin with Alba asking the client a question. In this classroom, what else do you learn besides moving objects? Connectedness. Connectedness with other people? Uh-huh. How are you doing in this class? I'm learning. I'm getting a lesson. Do you feel you're a good student? Yes. Well, what else are you learning? I'm learning about light. Tell me about light. Light has energy. What can you do with light? You can manifest. You can create. What else? When everybody works together, it is more powerful. So, is everybody in this class working together on this? Yes. Do you use different light colors? Yes. The rainbow. What else are you learning? I see a prism coming off of a triangle. It can reflect all the way to Earth. It creates shapes. What kind of shapes? It's like it creates the eye of us. Does that shape mean anything in particular? It's like an alignment. Certain things are all in a certain alignment, and that is when it makes it go to Earth. People can see if they're willing to notice it. How does it manifest on Earth, this Eye of Horus? It has to be reflected off of some kind of shiny object, but it has to be in the shape of an 11. Why 11? Because the 11 is God. It's like a portal, a window. Can the number 11 be used for manifesting? Yes. How can we use the number 11 in the lives of people on Earth? Well, it's used everywhere. It's creation. It's in everything. All good things are designed by 11. So when people see the number 11 or 111, what does that actually mean? It's like the base where everything starts from. So, for example, for those that are going on a spiritual journey, beginning their awakening, would they be seeing the number 11 where everything starts? Yes. That's why we reflect it to Earth, so people can notice. What other numbers are reflected to Earth? No, it's really not even meant to be in numbers. It's the shape that will make the symbols. The shape that symbolizes God? Yes. Very good. What other things are you learning in class that you can use? Learning shapes and learning that numbers have shapes assigned to them. Like 1 is a circle, 2 is a vesica Pisces, 3 is a triangle, 4 is a square, 5 is a pentagon, 6 is a hexagon, 7, I see a polygon, 8 is an octagon, 9 is special. What's so special about 9? 9 is Jesus. Tell me more about that. The numbers go from 1 to 9, and then there's a chasm. Before you can get to 11, you have to know the 9. Can you explain that, please? You have to understand. It's like a trickster. You don't want to fall in that trap. Do people fall into that trap? Yes, all the time. How do you know that you have fallen into that great chasm? Because you never got to know Jesus or the number 9. It's like you go in there and you would be recycled, catching fish. There's a big net and there's a small net, and one falls into the big net. Do they teach you about Jesus in this place? It's like you know him. You have a knowing of Jesus when you are there. How is Jesus represented in this place? How do you know he's there? Well, he's everywhere. He's everything, like everything that's ever been manifested. Now, we've had Jesus as the man who came to earth. What is the Jesus that is in this classroom that created everything? Is there a difference? It's hard to find the words. It's like a union between Jesus and God, the source. They are together always. Does Jesus have dominion over this area? Yes. Was this his universe? Yes. Jesus created all of it. He used the numbers, the light, the colors, the shapes, and words. It all works together. How do the words work together? Do they have some sort of numerical significance? Yes. Tell me about that. The word geometry comes to mind. Every word can be broken down into a number, or a shape, or a color. Because if you break it down to a number, then you know the shape. And if you know the shape of the number, then you know the color. So when someone uses words, any particular sequence of words, they're actually using some sort of an energy, numerical energy. Yes, it's all energy. So how can our words manifest? Because it's all mathematical. You say the word and it has vibration and sound, and it has numbers, and it knows what to do. After I watched the hypnosis session, I shared it with a friend who expressed to me that she was troubled by 10 representing a chasm. She attached a negative connotation to it. She felt it was like people slipped down into a black void and were recycled if they did not believe in Jesus. For me, I felt the chasm was the transitional space back into the light, as 1 plus 0 equals 1, prepares to see 11. Depending upon one's personal reality, beliefs, and perspective, there is a choice to go one way or the other. Neither direction, or net as the client referred to it, is right or wrong, good or bad. For if God is all things, then the chasm is not separate from God. It's only one's belief that causes the illusion of separation. The next day was June 7th, 2017, and I arrived home from work. I pulled into my driveway, and when I got out of my car, I noticed a playing card laying face down. The front of the card featured 6 angels and 4 hearts. When I picked the card up and turned it over, it was the 10 of clubs. I instantly got full-body chills. I was given the message that Archangel Michael had gifted this playing card as confirmation that the light knew I had watched Alba's session, and they knew of my thoughts and feelings regarding the number 10. Fast forward to September 13th, 2022. Now, if you add up the numbers of the month, day, and year, you get the number 19. In numerology, you reduce this number down, which gives you 10. 1 plus 9 equals 10, which then is broken down into the single digit of 1. In the late afternoon of September 13th, 2022, I was in my front yard and my neighbor and her 3-year-old daughter stopped by. A few months earlier, I had gifted the daughter with a sparkly wand, and on this day, the daughter was showing me how much she uses her wand to create magic. At that moment, and I cannot really explain to you why, but I shared with this little girl my story of receiving the 10 of clubs playing card, and I told her to keep manifesting her own magic. Now, I have had many, many magical experiences, but it was the playing card story I shared with them both, and my light family heard me. A few hours later, I went outside in my backyard to film. Although this experience you're going to see was super quick, it is quite profound. It was the most amazing visual confirmation of how my words and the colors, shapes, and lights of Jesus, Archangel Michael, and Archangel Zadkiel all came together to create this experience. Oh my god, you guys are gonna play with me again. So now that you have watched my experience, you can better understand that while I was filming, I could not absorb all the information that was being communicated to me. It is these still images that reveal the lesson. While I thought my light family was having fun with me, which was truly part of the experience, this was really about Earth Room Classroom. This was about the light showing me, and now showing you, that we do not need to be in the afterlife to learn about light and how to create with light. Our words, our beliefs, and our intentions are energetic co-creators with the light. In this image, we see Jesus, Archangel Michael, and Archangel Zadkiel have joined together to form a beautiful spectrum of light in the colors of purple, blue, pink, white, and green. Imagine the possibilities if we join together with shared intentions, the beautiful spectrum of light we would create on our planet. Now this image is really the basis of our lesson. It joins together the events of June 6th and June 7th, 2017, and of September 13th, 2022. The message from the light is the same, but conveyed in a different manner. Here we see the light, the energy of 9, Jesus, and we see the light, the energy of 11, God, represented by Archangel Michael and Archangel Zadkiel. In between 9 and 11, we see the chasm of 10, represented by the trunk of my pecan tree. While you cannot fully see the fairy door that resides at the base of this tree, this fairy door has been a fixture with this tree for more than 10 years. So it was there long before Archangel Michael gave me the 10 of clubs playing card. While I have so many trees in my yard, the light specifically chose this tree for look at how the playing card and the fairy door reflect the same symbol. It is how we view our world that creates our reality. Time has no bearing since our classroom is eternal. Now let's underexpose the same image to reveal the colors of the light. Jesus appears in his signature blue, which is what I call it since he appears to me most often in this color. And Archangel Michael and Archangel Zadkiel reflect a great deal of pink, which is the color most often used by Spirit to communicate their love. As the light came closer towards me, this image shows that the light still maintained the chasm of 10 between them, and the fairy door flanked by the energy of 9 and 11. This is the final image and the icing on the cake to a beautiful evening with the light. This image shows the light of Jesus appearing as one column of white light, Archangel Michael appearing as a second column of light, and Archangel Zadkiel appearing as the third column of light, and all of them in a row. And when I realized that they appeared in this alignment at 3 minutes and 31 seconds into filming, I realized it was a magical moment. For those of you who have spent any time with me on my journey with the light, you have often heard me say that 33 is my magical number. And so here we have 3 beings of light at 3:31. And it was a great way to end a journey that had started more than 5 years ago. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that this video was helpful to you on your own spiritual journey. I send you love and blessings, and until next time, stay well. Bye for now.